Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my top 10 of 2022. So I wanted to wait a little bit, try and see a couple more films before I had my list. Obviously I didn't see every film last year, but I did my best to see as many as I could. So this list is, top 10 of everything I did see and subject to change, in the years to come. So first off, a very popular film that came out this year um, and rounds out my top 10 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. This film I remember going to see, and this was like before the hype. I mean, there was some buzz, at like the film festivals, but this was really cool. I mean, this was a film that used the multiverse and made a compelling story and made you really feel for these characters, and was also entertaining. It was kind of like that perfect blockbuster type of film. You have your spectacle, but you also have your story. And with the budget, I think it was only like 25 million, and looks better than some blockbuster movies that come out today. This one was a really fun movie. Number 9 is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I'm a big fan of stop motion animation. I just think it's as a medium is probably one of the cooler ones. I mean, they're all cool. I mean, I love film, but stop motion is just one that constantly amazes me because of the level of patience and the time that it takes to make a film in that style. So right off the bat, kind of slightly biased there, but what he was able to do with Pinocchio, which is a story that, I'm not like a big Pinocchio fan, but his version made me really enjoy the story and the setting, and he just has an attention to detail, and his style just really all comes together. And this is definitely an auteur filmmaker who is able to tell a story like this that's been done, a million times and still make it feel fresh and rewarding. So that's why it's number 9 on my list. Number 8 is another animated film. It is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Interesting enough, I never thought this would make my top 10, but seeing the film deals with mortality and Puss in Boots, someone who's has a big ego and who thinks he can do anything, to kind of be humbled by now he's on his last life, and how is he going to make the best of his time. And it's really about his journey with that. And I thought that was really interesting, adding Goldilocks and Three Bears and why they want the wish, and just a lot of emotions throughout the film, and it's pretty funny, and the animated style I thought was pretty cool. Number 7 is The Banshees of Inisherin. I'm a big fan of In Bruges, and so seeing them all team up again for another film, I thought this one was really funny and interesting. Kind of a dark comedy, but also a drama. The movie is beautiful. It takes place, on an island, and the film, really makes you think about things like friendship and what that means, and it goes about it in a very, like I said, dark comedic way. But there's a lot of underlying things there, between these two friends, and about not wanting to be friends anymore, and just kind of that mundaneness of life. Number 6 is The Batman. I absolutely love this film. I think for me it's my second favorite Batman movie. I just really like the really realistic style of the film, and I actually thought Robert Pattinson as Batman was pretty good. But Matt Reeves really takes his time with the films that he makes. I remember when he was doing Planet of the Apes, and I just think the last few films he's done have just been amazing, and the Batman is no different. So getting into my top 5, I have Nope. For me, not only is this a really cool sci-fi film, which is, Jordan Peele, the last couple of movies have been leaning into more of the horror, and it does have some horror elements, but I definitely really felt like this was kind of his first push into science fiction. And I do like science fiction the most out of any genre. So that was exciting. But the themes of dealing with exploitation of animals and people and what that means, and I thought were interesting concepts, and it really ties in with the whole sci-fi element. Not trying to give much away, but number 4 on my list is a film that no one really saw, but I did. It was called The Outfit. And for me, I really like films that take place in one location, and this film does that. So it was bound to be on my list anyway. But I thought that was kind of cool. It takes a lot of creativity to make a film take place in one location, and I can't remember specifically when it takes place, but it's definitely a period piece inside this tailor shop. And if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it out because I had a lot of fun with it. Number 3 was The Whale. I just saw The Whale a couple days ago, finally came to my theater, and this movie is great, but it's super depressing. It can be kind of hard to watch. But again, another film that takes place in a single location, and having Brendan Fraser back, on the big screen was really cool. Seeing him and just watching him perform, and definitely his best performance yet. I thought the movie touched on a lot of themes that, really after the movie kind of made you reflect about your own life. And for me, while it was hard to watch, I think that the reward at the end of these themes and really thinking about things made the journey worth it. So number 2 I have is Tar. Now this is a film when I first watched the trailer, I was like, this looks stupid. Like, what even is this? But I went to go see it because I heard good things, and I absolutely love this film. It can be slow at times for people, I've heard. I don't know what it is about this film. I think it was just because I didn't know anything about it before I went to go in, because that trailer doesn't really do a good job of telling you what the film is about. And that's kind of the point, is because even during the film, you don't really find out until like the midpoint, and then things kind of start spiraling. But it was just, I went to the theater and I just had this experience with Lydia Tarr, I think was her name. And, this journey of this, rise and fall. She's at the top, of composers, and then it's her fall, and classic type of storytelling. But I thought it kept me engaged. I really liked it. And my favorite film of the year, it's The Fabelmans. Who doesn't love Steven Spielberg? He's made some of the greatest films of all time, some of my favorites. And for me, it's not just a film about him becoming a filmmaker. It's also a very personal film about his family, and you get kind of that peek inside of what made him him, and what influenced the films that we all know and love. And I just thought it was a good time at the theater, and I guess spoke to me as a fellow filmmaker. That's my top 10 of 2022. Let me know in the comments what your favorite films of the year were, and I might do a top, or like a worst of 2022 list. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but I might. Also, I got 700 subscribers, so that's great. Trying to grow this channel, trying do more things and more things like this. So expect that in the future. But yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.